Welcome everybody to our session, Powerful Document Generation in Dynamics CE with a very cool customer case, FRASER Yachts. We've prepared an awesome lot for you today, and luckily for all of this I'm not alone, but I'm also joined by dox42 CEO Christian Bauer and CRM Project Manager at FRASER Yachts, Keith Fowler.
Hello everyone, my name is Christian Bauer. I'm CEO of dox42 and welcome to our session.
Hi everyone, I'm Keith Fowler, the CRM Project Manager from FRASER Yachts, and I'm delighted to be here with dox42 to show you our very cool dox42 integration.
So what's the plan for the next 30 minutes? The first thing Christian is going to cover is the essence of document automation. Why do you need it? What are the challenges? And if done right, how can it make life a lot easier? To the how can it make life a lot easier, I'm going to provide you an extensive live demo of the benefits of dox42. The last part will be our grande finale. Keith and I will be discussing the FRASER Yachts case, and of course, since glamour and design is very important to them, that also applies to their documents. So be prepared to have a cool case, to get the live demo, but also see some of those yachts. Let's see them. There is still one very important thing that I need to mention. Have you seen this bus? All you need to do is scan the QR code or join our page at DynamicsCon. There will be a link, go there, answer some simple questions, and hopefully this will be delivered to you soon.
So why is document automation essential on the Dynamics 365 platform? Every company, every organization is creating tons of contracts, of presentations, of offers, of any kind of document every single day. And many of these documents require quite a bit of complexity. Require to integrate text modules or conditions, a dynamic hyperlink, including images, maybe a barcode. And all this is not easily doable using the standard tools. Of course, you can resort to programming, yes. Having a developer doing that based on reporting services or business documents, okay, that's possible, yes. But then business users have no control about their templates anymore, apart from being a very expensive way. But business users need control about their templates, so what are they doing? They resort to copy-pasting. And copy-pasting is very error-prone, it's cumbersome, and it takes a lot of effort. And this is why introducing document automation in a company normally allows for a break-even of only 3 months. Well, that's the business perspective. Let's have a look on the technical perspective. Let's have a look what is Microsoft doing in terms of software architecture. Microsoft is splitting up its applications into smaller reusable services. Universally reusable services, like Power Automate, Betaverse, okay? Yes, there has always been an automation capability on AX, on NAV, on CRM, SharePoint of course. But Microsoft is trying to get rid of these proprietary capabilities in favor of the Power Platform because it's universally usable. It works for any system and also future systems. Okay? Another example is Microsoft Teams. You can use Microsoft Teams as a universal front door for all of these applications. And the adoption of Teams is great for good reason. Let's compare the new and the old architecture. In an old architecture, a customer would say, I have my AX and I am running everything from there. I'm doing everything from AX, period. In a new architecture, the same customer would say, I'm using Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation for ERP, for example, but then I have my marketing department. They want to run their marketing campaigns from CE, so I have my CE. Then I have some Power Automates for automation purposes. I'm using Teams as a universal front door. Then I have documents. I want to manage them, so I'm using SharePoint for that. Maybe my OneDrive link to that, and so on. So we have a lot of applications working together. What does that mean for the standard tools? The standard tools are always an add-on to one of these applications, so they don't work with all of them. But data tends to be more distributed, okay, in all of these applications. So what you want is a universally usable service for document automation. And most of third-party tools as well are an add-on to one of these applications. Same true here, okay? And the distributed information doesn't make it much easier for copy-pasters as well. So what you really want is a universal service for document automation that connects to every system, that integrates with every system, also future systems, that allows business users to design the templates to be in control of these documents and being able to create quite complex documents. And that's dox42 for you. Let's see it in action.
So let's get started with our live demo. What I'd like to show you first is a quote scenario where we generate a lot of different data sources into one document, where one would be coming from Dynamics CE, but also parts would be coming from SharePoint. There is all the output options that we have available in this case, so you can generate a PDF right away, a Word document if you still want to edit it, you can save it to SharePoint and Teams directly. We will also see a lot of different options around mailings, so you can either create a draft email in Dynamics CE directly, you can send it via Dynamics CRM, or you can also have the dox42 service in the background send it for you. We can also attach it to that very document, so let's say we want to have that quote saved into Dynamics CE, that would be our attach to entity option, and the rest is just some further options in terms of a process. Let's start with the easiest, just generate a PDF where we, like I said, combine all the different data sources into one PDF, and we will get this in this case as a download. Without going into too much detail about the data, as you see here, we have the header information coming directly from Dynamics CE. There are text blocks, like this one is coming from SharePoint, which makes it very easy in terms of collaboration. So you could have a Word document on SharePoint that would be integrated into your document. We also see, it's a little down below, there is a PowerPoint integrated that could be by some other team member that is also part of that quote. And as you've just got a very short glimpse on this, there are also complex tables that get integrated, and there can be repetitions on them, there can be conditions on them, all of this integrated into one Word document. Let's also show you the other option. So if we change anything on that very quote, you've already seen that there is an option to save to SharePoint, where we've done it in a manual way. In this case, we want to do it automatically as well, and there is an integration with Power Automate as well as with Dataverse. So basically, the scenario would not be to manually trigger it, but to automatically generate the document when something is changed and automatically save it into SharePoint. That document, after we've done some adjustments here, I can show you. I could either show you in SharePoint in the browser, or as we have it with a lot of customers, work in Teams for that integration. So let's go here and let's just reopen this one. As you've seen, we've just tried this before, so it's already there. And if we just have them updated, we will see that there is a new document coming in, which also integrates data from Dataverse. So also with dox42, as you see here, you have two options to do all of this. So either from Dynamics CE directly, or also with the integration from Dataverse. All the emails that we can send out here directly We can also do it in a different way, something that I haven't shown you before. So when integrating dox42 into Dynamics CE, you have the option either to call it from a button, like we do here, or there's also a pop-up that would allow you for many more options that you can then use to automate your document. I will show you the email integration of this one. So we will do a sales quote and we want to send the CRM email. And of course, all of this can be configurable based on your scenario, but let's just generate that document. And instead of having a download like you've seen before, in this case, it will open up again in Dynamics CE and we can send out that email. Perfect. There we go, we already have our document ready. We can add anything in an email text. As you see, the most important part is the dox42 part here, where this document gets generated as an attachment to that very email. Okay, I've also promised you that we will have a look into the actual office. So let's just open the template for this very document. In this case, it's saved in a SharePoint library, as we have it here. I've already opened it. And just very briefly, when browsing through all the options in here, that's Word as you're used to it. And in that very Word document, you can adjust anything you want based on the dox42 functionalities. So as you see here, there's dox42. There's a lot of different data sources that get integrated, as we see on the right-hand side, and they can be integrated with the data map designer that I will show you in a second. As you see here, for example, if I double-click on this, this is coming from an organization's entity, and all the lists in this very case on the right-hand side are different entities. The good thing for you, if you're technically interested in this, there is no limit on the entities, so you can drill down until whatever entity you need, all of the logic applied by dox42 directly. Let's generate the document locally. So if I click on generate up here, it will allow me to generate that document in my Word. I will have the same list as I had before with all my quotes, so it's actual live data. And if I just start with the solar panels in here, it will get the live data from CE and SharePoint combined and open that document locally. All right, let's view those documents side by side. And you will see where the data, basically what's going to happen with our data. On the right-hand side, there is the template. On the left-hand side, our generated document. And as you see, there is text data, there is date time, there is numbers, there is Word documents, there is tables, as we see in this one. And on the last page, there's also PowerPoints. And once again, an advertisement that we've integrated from SharePoint directly. Perfect. We've seen the document design. Let's just have a quick look into the data map designer. So if I click up here, you see there are a lot of different entities that are coming from Dynamics CE directly. They can be linked, they can come from Dataverse, they can also have fetch XML if you're interested in that as well. And all the data sources up here can be integrated and combined. So if you have a scenario where it's CE data and F&O data, that will be perfectly fine. Cool, so much for the live demo. I'm really hoping that you liked what you see, and let's get into the live demo with FRASER Yachts. FRASER Yachts are the leading provider in the super yachting industries in so many different aspects. It's a real honor for me today to have Keith Fowler, CRM Project Manager, with me today from FRASER Yachts to discuss how they produce high-end documents, sales documents in their CRM in combination with SharePoint and, of course, dox42. Before jumping into the actual projects, Keith, can you give us some background on FRASER Yachts?
Of course, yeah. Hi, Johannes. Thanks for having me. Good to see you again, as always. So, as you say, FRASER are one of the leading providers worldwide in the super yacht industry. We operate in all aspects of this very high-end, glamorous industry. So, I've got a little video here, if you want me to share with you, just to whet your appetite as to some of the things we get involved in.
Yeah, I'd love to.
All right, let's watch that.
Are you searching for a space that that you can call your own, somewhere you can count on, a place where you are in control, somewhere you and yours can escape to whenever you wish, where you can be together, enjoying quality time away from it all, a chance to enjoy the world and explore new ones. A chance to take stock, to savor a life worth living. Where is that space? It's wherever you want it to be, because that space is your yacht. There's never been a better time to own your own space. Yacht Sales by FRASER. Take your first step to making it happen. FRASER, the trusted name in yachting.
Wow, I wish I could be on one of those. Well, let's get back to business. So when starting the document automation project, can you give us some insights into the biggest challenges you faced and also the requirements you had?
Sure. Yeah. Well, as a company who wished to produce a very high quality of output document for this very demanding market, we had a requirement to be able to produce those very easily for our users, to produce them from a variety of different sources of data and content. We have a number of different database sources, a number of different image storage sources. As you can imagine, we have a lot of very high quality images for all these lovely looking yachts that we wish to pull together into our documents. And our desire was to produce a very high quality of output document, which could be shared via email or could in fact be used as a printed document to give out at a yacht show or a client meeting or some presentation that we're doing. So we had a very high requirement for the quality of these documents. And as I say, we're pulling together data from a number of different sources into these. We're pulling images from a number of different locations and of different formats and sizes in. So we required the capability to be able to manipulate those to give us the optimum output result. And the real requirement was that we wanted this all to be very simple so that the actual user of this tool presses a button, they get a very good quality document coming out. They've got no idea of the logic behind it or where the content's coming from or the formatting that's going on. They don't need to know. They just press a button. They get a very good looking document that they can go off and use. And that was really the challenge for us, was to how to solve that. We looked when we were rolling out our CRM solution, we looked at a number of different solutions and different options for this. And some of the challenges we had were around the layout and the configuration and being able to align images together or text boxes together and to be able to stretch the production of the document to the full page so that it did become a very high quality printable document. And we found a number of solutions had limitations around that, or that the solution was extremely complex to achieve that. What we really wanted was something that was going to be very easy for us to maintain as well. I'm not a developer, and we're not a company full of developers in-house. We were very good at producing Word and PowerPoint documents and some other design document. And so, we really needed something that was going to be easy for us to maintain as the template in the background, very easy for us to redesign and change. We're always improving and making things look different and maintaining the high brand standards that we have to adopt and adhere to. And so, the desire was something that was easy to work with, but would give us that high quality of output.
Yeah, I guess like the live demo we will see in a second will hopefully pinpoint to this. And the challenges you just mentioned, it's of course something that a lot of customers have. And especially when you need to develop or design new documents, it has to be user friendly. So Office is the Office format to go. And no more words from my side. I guess it's time for the perfect moment. Let's start the live demo.
So we'll show you a very quick demonstration here of one of the documents that we have, which is the production of a high quality specification for an individual yacht. What we have is a customized button here in our ribbon where we can select the different type of document we want. And that is then going to pull together data from this part of our CRM system, which is the yacht record, where we have about 500 different fields. We have a selection of images for this yacht, which we can predefine which ones we're going to select, and it's going to put them all together into a nice PowerPoint document. So when I click on the create document, it's going to pop up a little selection menu here. I'm able to choose the paper size. We obviously operate worldwide, so we can either produce it in A4 or in US letter size. So I'll go ahead and do it in A4. And here I can select if I want to customize the salesperson's details that are going to be on this, or if I want to put my own name or whatever, which I'll leave for this purpose here, but I can change that very easily here. So I'll go ahead and create the document. Press the button, and here it's now pulling the data from our CRM, from some other sources. It's pulling images from both from Microsoft Azure or from our image storage bank, formatting all those together and putting them into a PowerPoint template. I'll go ahead and open this up for us here, and we'll get a look at this. You saw how quickly it happened there. It was in about 5 seconds. It's pulled all this data together into quite a nice looking PowerPoint document. The reason we have a PowerPoint as the output is to give us the ability to still go in and edit this if we wish. We can go in and edit some of this text here. If we wish to, we can change some of the details. We could swap or edit some of the images, but hopefully most of the work has been done, that this is now the document that the salesperson or the marketing person desires, and they can save this as a PDF and email it, or they can print it out or do whatever. So you'll see it's pulled together some very nice images here. It's taking the document, one of our requirements to take the document right to the edge of the page so that when we print it, there was no white spaces around it. It's formatted all very nicely. You'll see it's quite a nice looking old yacht, this one. It'd be quite nice for your holidays, Johannes, when the time, when the time comes.
Yeah, I will ask you. I'm certainly coming back to this.
And yeah, a very nice looking output document produced very simply, and I can save this and I can edit this locally and work with that as I so desire. So I'm going to switch roles now. I've been pretending to be a user in creating the documents. I'm now going to show you the other side of the experience for someone managing and editing the templates that we have. So this is the template here for the selection document that we just produced, where we're producing multiple yachts on one document for somebody to send a selection. So you can see here, it's a very simple Microsoft Word document. We can see all the fields that are being pulled in and collated together. In here, you can see the little blue symbols here are the locations for the fields that we're pulling from our CRM or from one of the images. And there's some formatting and custom coding in here as well. Very easy for me to work with on my desktop and edit this and change this. And when I want to produce a sample to see how good my changes are or whether they are achieving what I want, it's very straightforward. I click on generate. We've got some predefined options in here to pull some set data through for the test purposes. I'm going to produce this from our UAT system this time. Go ahead and produce this document. Here it's going off again, pulling the data from multiple yachts, multiple images, putting them into a document, which is going to open up here on my desktop and allow me very quickly to see the improvements or changes that I've made. I can then come back and compare with the template if I want to make further improvements or further changes and refine the layout and the look and feel of this document. It's very simple to work on my desktop using this.
Even though I've been involved in the project, it's always great to see it again in the live system and how it can help people in their everyday work life. Thanks again, Keith. It was a pleasure, and it always is a pleasure.
Thank you, Johannes. Yeah, a pleasure. And let me know when you want to book one of these yachts for your holiday this summer.
Yeah, maybe you can forward the contact details to Antoine, and we'll see if we can figure something out. Yeah, in any case, thank you again. And to those of you who also want to see some other customer cases, here are some examples. we are almost done with today's dox42 session. Thanks for staying with us, and we really hope you enjoyed it. What can you do now? The first thing, visit dox42.com/contact to get a free key and try it yourself, or have some demos in finance and operations, CE, SharePoint, Teams, or whatever your scenario is. The second one, visit the dox42 page at the Dynamics Con site and also win this beauty. The third one is the easiest. Just stay in the session. We are starting the Q&A now.
Hello, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, Christian. Hi, Keith.
Wow, so thanks a lot for watching our session. Now the three of us are here for you to answer your question. Now it's your turn. Fire away in the chat umbrella, and Lisa will read out the questions, and Keith and me will try to answer them.
Exactly. Take the chance, take the opportunity. And while you're posting the questions, of course, everything you've seen today, you can get a free personal demo on that. So you could just go to our website, dox42.com/contact, and you could just ask for your 30-day free trial and also for your personal demo in any system you might use. I'm also going to post the link in the chat. And Keith, Christian, go ahead.
I just wanted to mention that there is another dox42 session running today in the Power Automate track, and it will show how to use dox42 with a Power Automate Premium connector, also and connecting to Dataverse and Power Apps and so on. Maybe that's interesting for you as well. Lisa, sorry.
No worries. Exactly. Johannes showed you how a Dataverse flow can work. And then in the session in the afternoon, we will show you a little bit behind the scenes as well on how to set up Power Automate flows using dox42. And just a question came in the chat. So when implementing the solution, do you choose which buttons get embedded on the entities? I can answer that straight away. Yes, of course, it's totally up to you and how you would like your dox42 buttons to appear and which buttons you would like to appear. And as you've seen also in the demo of Keith, they had a really totally personalized pop-up where they choose which parameters should be implemented into the documents and which templates they're generating using dox42.
Yeah, we had a bit more customization around ours, which we got one of our developers to do with the assistance of you guys. But yeah, it's anything is possible.
Exactly. Also, Keith, since the recording of this video, has there been any further dox42 projects going on for you?
There has, yeah. We've been pushing you guys quite hard again. We had a requirement for the Monaco Yacht Show, which is happening exactly as we speak now. We had a requirement to produce another type of document, which had quite a complex repetition within it, to repeat different sections, to show different features about yachts. And then we also had a request to put an index or a contents page at the start of that document, which I think challenged Robert in his development skills about how we would generate a repetition of an index page within an already repeating document. But as always, he came back to me about 30 minutes later after a good strong coffee and came back with the answer. And yeah, we've got a fantastic solution now. So it's very good. Yeah.
Thank you so much for those words, Keith. I think that's the end also of our Q&A. Thank you very much. If you have questions, feel free to contact us directly also afterwards. Thank you very much.